In the small town of Atlanta, Indiana, in northern Hamilton County, lies one of Indiana's most well-known haunted locations, the historic Rhodes Hotel. Built in 1893 by Abraham Kaufman, Newton and Clara Rhodes purchased the property and opened it as the hotel. The town served as a layover on a busy railroad line, making it a perfect place for a hotel. After Newton passed away, in an effort to keep the property profitable, Clara turned the property into a speakeasy and brothel, which no doubt adds to the lore of the Rhodes Hotel. From stories of celebrities to tragic tales of death, the Rhodes Hotel has everything you'd expect from a classic haunted location. Today, the hotel is owned by Mike Couch and the Lost Limbs Foundation, a charity that encourages and provides monetary support to families of amputee children. So when paranormal groups rent out the facility for investigations, half of the proceeds go directly to support the Lost Limbs Foundation. If you would like to donate or learn more about the foundation, we'll place a link in the description below. Mike, along with our friends from the Paranormal Task Force and Midwest Paranormal, were kind enough to allow us to tag along for a tour of the hotel and to join them for some of their investigation of the property. We'll let Mike fill us in on some more history of the Rhodes Hotel.
These two rooms here were parlor rooms. One was a music room and one was a library. And then there's a third parlor room, and I'll take you guys over and show you that. There's a lot of rumors that Dillinger and Capone spent time here. I tell people, honestly, Capone's name has come up a few times. And Dillinger is pretty interesting because it's just over 4 years now that the charity has owned this place. And I've had people that's lived here their whole life in town that have stopped me and told me the same story with Dillinger. So I'm thinking there's probably some truth to it. But it's always been the same thing. Before the addition was built on back behind the hotel, there were steps that went up from the side over here, and it went up. And then when you guys go upstairs, you'll see at the end of the hallway, there's a door. Of course, it's sealed shut now because the steps are gone, but it's always been the same story that Dillinger would come up the steps and he came in through the back, which makes sense because anybody didn't know he was coming in. Yeah. You know, if you think about it, with all these stories matching up from people that don't know each other and kind of have similar stories, there's probably truth to that, I would think. This was a game room. This is the other parlor room. Sometimes people will come in with a deck of cards. If you don't have the deck of cards, I've got some. Because sometimes it stirs up activity in here. And there's just as much activity down here as there is upstairs.
Well, and being a hotel, this was the main hub.
Yeah, and even like during the day, sometimes there's more activity during the day than there is at night. So it just, you never know. So I try to encourage people to spend time down here as well.
One of the deaths that are known to have taken place at the hotel was the death of Clara and Newton's youngest child, Everett, who passed away from tuberculosis in his late teens. During his illness, he was quarantined in room 5, which is known to have plenty of activity to this day. Another popular story is that a preacher, known by the name of Lester Poole, hanged himself in the attic while staying at the hotel. Some people believe that the preacher was actually murdered and did not die by suicide. After our tour, the teams from Midwest Paranormal and Paranormal Task Force showed us how they prepare for a night of investigating. We learned so much about the equipment they use, such as ghost boxes, laser grids, EMF readers, and more. We participated in a session with the ghost box in the upstairs hallway, where unfortunately our mic seems to have malfunctioned and did a poor job catching any audio. While we don't have the audio for the video, we did seem to have quite a bit of activity during the session. There were voices asking for us to help him because he was hurt. And at one point, a voice said "Goody," which we learned has been captured before and is believed to be the voice of a young girl. We did pick up some voices speaking of ghosts and being in a void, and someone repeating the numbers 1 through 8 over and over. Other than that, it seemed that most of the activity we picked up was random and was not a direct response to our questioning. The Paranormal Teams were very gracious and we can't thank them enough. Please visit them at the links in the description below. The Rhodes Hotel is undoubtedly a special place with a ton of history, and it's easy to see why it continues to draw paranormal investigators and curious individuals from across the country. The hotel hosts public tours and investigations, and you can learn more about those on their website, rhodeshotel.com. Thank you for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And until next time, keep traversing.